let's have our icebreaker first. So, can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen now, class?
Yes po.
Yes po, sir.
So, we'll play a game first. This is called Guess the Gibberish. So, here's the mechanics. You have to guess the right term or phrase based on the given gibberish and comment your surname in the chat box to answer. Clear?
Yes.
So, sample muna tayo. For example, this one, drawing T in plate pile. Can someone answer this example? Anyone?
Drawing template file.
I mean, you have to comment your surname. Okay, Leonardo. Leonardo, what's the answer?
Drawing template file.
Correct. So, I'll reshare my screen for a while. Bear with me. Send now, window, PowerPoint. Now, can you see my screen again, class?
Yes.
So we'll start once more. So here is number 1. Pick nickel drafting. What's the answer? Anyone? Can you see my screen? Can someone instead open their mic, rather?
Sir, nakita na po sa screen, sir.
Okay. So, bonus na yan. So, dun tayo sa pangalawa. So, this is technical drafting. Can someone open their mic, then say their surname, and just answer the question? So, number 2. Someone knows what this means? Or what the word it represents? Anyone? Isometric. Anyone? Katabona, do you know the answer?
Isometric po, sir.
Isometric. What's your name?
Katabona.
Katabona. Correct. So this is isometric. So for the third one, power to graph pick. Anyone knows the answer? Open your mic, say your surname first, and then answer. Anyone? Brina. So the fourth one, please cooperate. Fourth one, die, me, and shown. Anyone? Do you know the answer? Let's do it again. So this is dimension, and for the last one, this is the hardest one. Prist in C, fall bius. Someone knows the answer. Anyone? So if you don't know the answer, this is principal views. And for the last one, can someone answer this one? Perspective. So it's actually given perspective. And now we proceed to our lesson. So from here, our lesson for today is orthographic drawing. So what is orthographic drawing? The term orthographic is derived from two Greek words. Orthos means to write, and grapos means to draw. So the term refers to the presentation of the exact shape of an object in two or more views as they are seen perpendicularly from its surfaces. What is orthographic projection? Orthographic projection, common method of representing three-dimensional objects, usually by two-dimensional drawings in each of which the object is viewed along parallel lines that are perpendicular to the plane of the drawing. The six principal orthographic views of an object, top, bottom, left, right, front, and rear or behind view, looks like this. So if you have so what is isometric drawing? The term isometric is derived from two words. Iso means equal and metric means measure. The word isometric thus means equal measure. AutoCAD has a command called isoplane which allows you to easily draw at a 30-degree angle as needed for an isometric drawing. So why is isometric angle 30 degrees? The reason to draw at 30 degree is because at 30 degree all the three axes vary in the same proportion. That is why the figure looks perfect. If we could use any other angle other than 30 degree, then the proportion would not be equal and the figure looks somewhat distorted. So if you have an idea, uh, Julius, are you raising your hand?
So yung screen nyo po hindi po nagpapalit kanina. Naka-stack up lang po.
Alin yung last na nakita?
Yung umpisa po, yan.
So balikan na lang natin siya later on. So
Sige po.
thank you. So for now, let's proceed to practice drawing number 3. Can you see my screen again, class? Can you see my screen again?
Yes po, sir.
Yes, sir.
So as you can see, we will do this activity. Take note of the format. I've already set it. So let's get started. First, we have to draw this isometric model right here. And what should we click first in order to enter isoplane? Anyone?
Katabaw na po. F5.
Katabaw na, go.
F5 po, sir.
F5. Try
Ano?
again.
I mean, ay sa drafting, ano po? Ay sa drafting.
Ano yung pipindutin?
Isometric po.
Isometric drafting. So, tama. Now, from here, we will draw a line. Like, for example, this one. We will draw the baseline. So, 7, 39, and 7. So, always remember to click the object line layer, then type line. Let's get started. 7, 39, and 7. So once again, line, 7, 39, and 7. So from here, next natin gagawin, ito yung other side. So the distance is 26. Let's type again line. And as you can see, hindi siya kumo-connect as it should. Ano yung dapat natin pindutin? Can anyone remember? Just answer with your mic.
Ortho po. Ortho po, sir. Ortho.
What shortcut key for ortho? What's the
F8
shortcut
po.
key? F what?
F8 po.
F8? No, it's actually F5. If we click F5, mag-iiba yung angles as you can see. Yung ortho, yung F8, eto siya. As you can see. Hindi nalalak yung cursor natin. So, pag pinindot natin yung F8, naka-ortho on. To change the angle of the isoplane, we will click F5. So, F5. Right there. So, enter 26. Then, once again, click F5. As you can see, we must navigate in order to draw the lines. The height is 21. Enter 21. Then this one is 11. Every question, class. What number is this? Anyone? Just open your mic. Say their surname.
Tabona po. 6 po.
Tatabona, 6. Tama. So, huwag kayong malilito sa numbers. As you can see, meron naman siyang baseline. So, upward, 6. Edwards again, 31. Then, we will need to press F5 once more. 5. 31. Then, connect these lines. Okay. So, the next thing we will do is this somehow pole right here, which has the distance of 16.7, as you can see. So we'll draw a line once more. Line 16.7, as you can see, we will press F5 once more. 16.7, enter. So from here, ang pwede natin gawin, click to this object, press copy, simulan natin sa base point. Then, as you can see, umaangat siya. We can also click F5 in this situation. So right here. So right here, we will specify the point. Since as you can see, this is 7. So the distance from this line to this line is 7. So we'll type 7. So from here, we'll draw a line once more. Then further lines. Space. We'll do these imaginary lines first, and then what we call this, we will draw a line in the middle. Then copy. Click this base point up here because we will connect this right here. Then as you can see, we will draw a line once more to obtain this square shape in the intersection. Then right here, we will trim this down. We will remove unnecessary lines we don't need. Trim, 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 trim. In this case, we will have this blank area right here, so we'll copy this one instead. Copy. Then trim. Draw line. Then trim once more. Now, class, dapat ba nating ulitin yung process na ginawa natin dito? Or do you know any command or method that we could use in order to create this object into the left side of the model?
Mirror
Anyone?
po, sir.
Your name, please?
Sumido po.
Sumido. What should we do?
Mirror po.
So let's try mirror, as you said. Mirror, and click the center point. As you can see, it's somehow distorted in some way because isometrical plane isn't lateral in view. So we have a command that we can use. It's called copy. So from here, if you select the base point right here, you may connect it right here. Also be sure that the lines are connected. Object snaps are being used. So in this case, we'll draw another line. This line. So we will copy. Then we will copy this one as well. Be mindful of the endpoints or the base points of the object. If you could click somewhere else, you will have a hard time to connect these lines. So for example, let's copy this one and instead click this endpoint right here. So we can easily connect it right there. So from here, we will draw another line from this endpoint to this endpoint, and another line, press space to redo the pass command. Then another line, connect this one, then let's trim. So remove unnecessary lines. And here we have it. So the next part is to actually create the hole or the square right in the middle. So meron akong tanong, ano yung distance? Di ba meron na tayong line in the middle? As you can see right here. What's the distance between the middle line, this line, up to this line? Imagine meron line sa middle, then kailangan natin gumawa ng line sa kabila. Ano yung distance na kailangan nating ilagay? Anyone knows the answer? So, kung wala, ito yung sagot. 17, andito yung line sa gitna, di ba? Then, meron tayong 17 na given. Tapos, kalahati lang ng 17 yung gagamitin natin. So, what's the answer? Anyone? Ano yung kalahati ng 17? So, kung wala pa rin nakakasagot, 8.5. So, ito yung process na gagawin natin. We'll draw a line as a guide upwards. Be sure to your ortho is on. So, type 8.5. Why 8.5? Because yun yung kalahati ng 17. Then, enter. So, once more, line downwards 8.5. So, as you can see, meron tayong guide right here. Then, meron pang way para gumawa ng another line right here. So, let's say we'll click this line, check its properties. As you can see, the angle is 64. So, let's do this kind of method. Can you see the O snaps right there? It will be our guide. So, upwards, as you can see, it's been ortho on. So, let's turn that off. And we must mimic the angle of this line. So we will enter this 64-degree angle, then type 7, because 7 is the first point. So 7. And to the other side, which is 17, we will turn our ortho on once more, then type 17. So upwards once more to create this upward line, and then enter the value of 64 per angle, then enter 17. From here, the same method, 17, then ortho of 64, or you may simply click the O snaps. In this case, I will enter 64, then 17. So let's trim. Now here we have our square in the middle. Now, as you can see, there's a hole right here. So in order to do that, we will draw a line downwards. Be sure your ortho is on. F5. Then space. Space. F5. Once more. Line. Space. I'm gonna do this one because I clicked. Right here, so let's redo this one as well na. So from here, another line, facing this way and line in the intersection of those two lines, then trim. So as you can see, we have the image right here. So next natin gagawin is to color these parts as you can see in the model. Anyone knows the command to be used in order to color these parts?
Tabo na po. Hatch.
Tabo na?
Hatch po.
Go ahead. Hatch.
Hatch.
Correct. So thank you. The command for that is hatch. Then let's say we will use steel as for our format. Then click this part, this part, this part, and this part. Next, lalagay na tayo ng dimensions. But before that, always remember to switch layers. Go to dimension ISO. Then aligned, instead of using linear, you must use aligned. So from here, checking 26, 21 upwards, 11, 6, 31. This line is 31. It should be 5 right here. 16.17. 7. This should be 39. So 39. And this should be 7. 17, 17, 7. We'll check. 0.98, it's already near. So 17. So here we have it. But meron tayong kulang. Kailangan natin sukatin yung gilid. So as you can see, before we start the orthographic drawing, ilalagay ko na siya. Always remember to switch layers, object line, click line 11 since the distance is 11. Press enter. Click in line. Connect these lines. Then draw another line. Downwards. Then upwards. So from here, we will trim this. And this. And can you see the curve right here? Meron siyang angle. So hanapin natin. This is, once again, 0.79. And this one is 1.31. So meron din siya sa baba. I forgot to switch to this dim ISO. So align 0.79 and 1.39. So meron din siya dito sa baba. Ulitin lang natin. Object line, pipeline, downwards. Then to the other end, let's start here and trim. Atin na natin yung dimension. So aligned 4.2, 4.52, and 3.54. So meron na tayong isometric drawings in which lalagyan pa natin siya ng dimensions. So press space once more. This should be 9.67. This should be 12.99. So here it is. So next natin gagawin ay yung orthographic drawing in which unahin na natin yung top view. So let's start here as a guide. Switch to object lines. Turn off isoplane, isodraft. Line and 7, 39, 7. So, meron akong tanong. Bakit kailangan natin siyang gawin 7, 39, 7 instead of adding these numbers then drawing a independent line or dependent line? Bakit kailangan natin siyang isa-isahin? So, 7, 39, 7. Anyone knows the answer? So, kung wala, ito, papaalam ko sa inyo. So, once again, we'll draw a line. Yung height, since nakikita natin siya as top view, is 26. Yung width, 26. So, another line, 26. And then, 11, 31, 11. So, from here, 11, 31, 11. So, here's the reason why. Like, for example, gagawin natin tong square, since nakikita natin siya sa taas, kailangan natin ng guide. So, for example, as you can see, you can activate O-snaps right here. Direkta na siya. So, let's enter 9.67, 9.67, then sidewards trim, then mirror na lang natin para mas mabilis. So, once more, mirror, yes, enter. So next, gagawin natin yung sa baba. Kailangan natin yung angle, this square. So as you can see, 12.99. Since nagsisimula siya sa 7 down below, if we see this O-snaps right here, it's actually 7, the distance of 7. So direct na siya. Instead of i-add natin yung numbers, then hanapin natin, pwede natin siyang direct gawin na kung paano ko siya ginawa kanina. So from here, upwards, 12.99. So 12.99. Then trim. And from here, pwede natin siya uling i-mirror. MI. Enter. Yan. So next ay yung line mula dito sa taas, papaganto. So meron siyang distance of 5 as you can see. So we'll draw a line. Let's click this line as you can see as well. Dito natin magagamit yung sinabi ko. Like for example, we can simply do offsets. The distance of 5. Click enter. Ganun siya ka-convenient. So sa baba naman, unahin na muna natin ito nasa gitna. We'll draw a line right here. Line. If you could visualize it, ito siya eh. Ito yung connection. Kaso since nakatingin tayo upwards, so top view, ito lang yung kukunin natin distance. So ulitin natin yung pagkuha ng dimensions. Dimensions. Aligned. 0.79. The other one is 1.31. So, kung i-visualize natin yung object, nakatingin tayo upwards, ang nakikita natin itong 0.79. So, from here, ang gagawin lang natin is offset 0.79, then downwards. So, we can delete this line. And do the same thing sa ilalim, in which ang nakikita natin is 3.4. So from here, we will do offset 3.54, 3.54, 3.54, then press enter. Offset 3.54 upwards, enter. So from here, kung natatandaan nyo, meron tayong distance na 11, magmula dito, papagitna, gagawin natin is actually the same. I'll click this line, offset 11, inwards, offset 11, then inwards. offset 11 inwards. So we have to trim this one. Trim, 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 trim. And here we have our top view. So, as you can see, ito na siya. Then next natin gagawin ay yung, what do you call this? Front view. But before that, lagyan muna natin ng miscellaneous line. In this case, yellow. Yan. So, the same siya, pero yung objects na, yung dimensions na titingnan natin, magmumula sa front. So, let's say meron tayong line right here. But before that, we will make use of the X line, as you can remember, to make our work easier. So, X line. Downwards. But before that, let's change this into white. So, X line. Lahat ng horizontal lines or vertical lines rather, pababa. So, space, 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 right there. So, kung meron na tayong guide, balikan ko lang yung miscellaneous line para mas maganda yung guide natin. Color red. Then upwards then. So, right here. From here, gagawa tayo ng line. Base dito, gagayahin natin siya. We'll draw a line. Before that, we'll go back to the object line layer. Enter line. Change this into white. Line. Sidewards. Then here it is. So, meron ulit akong tanong. Kung dito ginamit natin ay 26, kasi nakatingin tayo sa top, ano naman yung, what do you call this, distance between this line at yung gagawin natin sa ilalim niya? Or rather, ano yung height ng object kung nasa front view na tayo? Anyone knows the answer? So here's the given. Kung kanina 26, since top view, may nasa front view na tayo, ano naman yung height ng model?
39 po.
Ilan?
39?
39? Paano siya naging 39? I mean, imagine the object in a front view. Height siya. Height yung titingnan natin.
Okay.
So, the answer is, ito kasi yung 39 eh. Ito na yung 39 eh. Diba? Ito na yung 39. Ito na yung nakikita natin. So, any other answers? What's the height of the object?
Leonardo po, sir.
Go ahead.
21 po, sir.
21. Think again. As you can see, ito lang yung 21, no? Diba? Ito lang yung 21 eh. Ito yung kabuuan niyang height. Any other answer? Kasi kung height, ito lang yung height.
Katabaw na pa.
Katabaw na again.
16.7 pa.
Come again?
16.7.
16.7. Ito lang yung height niya kung 16.7. Kapag 21, ito lang yung height niya. Eh, ang kabuuan niya, di ba, ito?
27 po ba?
Sino yung sumagot ng 27?
Jorge po.
So, very good. 27. Why? Kasi meron siyang 6 dito eh. Kung nakikita niyo yung object, meron siyang 6 right here. So, 21 plus 6 is 27. So, draw a line once more. 27 downwards. And just connect this one. Connect this one. And we will see this object in front. So, 16.7, ito na yung gagawin nating line. Ito yung 7, di ba? So, para sure, gawin na natin ng line. Enter 7. Sakto. So, 16.7 yung height. 16.7. So, once again, line. Medyo makaasa. 16.7, then sidewards. Trim. Let's trim this one. Then mirror. Then the next one is this edge right here, which has, what do you call this? This is the object, 16.70. Then meron siyang 9.67. So, unahin na muna natin yung center line. So, line. The center, ginamit natin kanina yung 0.79. So, this time, 1.31. Tama. So, offset. 1.31 downwards. Delete this one. So, magmula naman sa baba, makikita natin yung 4.52. So, trim, offset, 4.52. 4.52. Enter. Again. Offset, 4.52 upwards, then trim. Trim. And let's make the solid line right here. Then trim. So, meron ulit akong tanong. Ano yung object na gagamitin natin or distance dimensions na gagamitin natin dito sa gilid? So, ito yung given. Front view. Ano yung distance na gagamitin natin? Anyone knows the answer? Anyone? So, kung wala, let's look at this model. If I'm not mistaken, ang gagamitin natin yung 6. As you can see, ito yung borderline right here. So, 11 muna. Since ito yung distance. And then 21. So, let's create a line. Upwards, 21. Sidewards, 11. Then 6. So, mirror lang natin. Once more, mirror. Don't forget to press enter. And here you have it. So, the next one ay gagamitin natin yung taas. As you can see, meron siyang gilid. So, trim muna natin sila. Trim. Bring this down. So, that's it. Next natin gagawin ay yung isa pang angle in which what do you call this? Yung side view. Move lang natin tong object. Downwards kasi meron tayong gagamiting process. So from here, gagamit ulit tayo ng X line. But before that, kailangan natin gumamit ng line. specify this part, enter 45 degrees. Once again, 45, shift, 45 degrees. Type 100, or rather we can replace this with miscellaneous lines. Line, endpoint, shift, 45, 100. So let's test this one. So ang gagawin natin ay gagamit ulit tayo ng X lines, but this time lahat naman ng pa-vertical lines, horizontal lines rather. So right here, space, gamit lang tayo ng X lines, lahat ng pagilid, wala tayo lalagpasan kasi ito yung magiging distance natin mamaya. So enter, space, space, so once more, X line, yan. So kapag nagawa na natin yan, meron tayong gagawin, X line once more, pero this time, pababa naman. Lahat ng intersection, kukunin natin. So, starting from this point, pababa. Enter. Lahat ng intersection. Enter. So, madaliin na lang natin. X line. Go from here. So, from here, trim muna natin para hindi siya convoluted. Tingnan. So, trim. 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 So, ito na yung distance sa side. Then, lagyan lang natin ng line. Balik muna tayo sa line, object line layer. Then, press line. Downwards. Upwards. Kung i-check natin, 16.7. Sakto. Balik. So, if I'm not mistaken, ganyan yung format. Then, pasok na tayo ng hidden line. So, punta tayo sa hidden line. Type line. Ito yung hidden line. Pababa. Pababa. So, let's trim. PR. Trim. So, trim once more. Then trim. Delete. Then, balik na natin tong ISO model natin. Move. And here you have it. So next nyo na lang gagawin, since kapos na tayo sa oras, maglalagay na lang ng dim ortho dimensions. So ito na, isometric drawing, orthographic front, top, front, then side view. So meron bang tanong? Clarifications? Anyone? So kung wala kayong tanong, ako na lang yung magtatanong. Ang una kong tanong, what have you learned from today's lesson? Kahit maikli lang, ano yung natutunan nyo ngayong araw? Let's call Luis Joshua Bulataw.
Sir,
What have you learned today?
yung sa mga side view po, sir, tsaka front and back view. I mean, sir, yung paano mako-compute gamit kapag nakagawa ka na ng ISO. Kasi sir, di ba dun sa naka-question mark sila, tapos nalaman nyo kagad, sir, nung nakagawa nyo na kagad. Yun yung parang natutunan ko, sir.
Tama. So, any other answer? Ano yung natutunan nyo for today? Like, for example, George, what have you learned from today's lesson? Kahit may kilang.
Ano po? Mga different angles po ng object, sir. Nakakita lang. Nakita ko kung paano ginagawa.
So, tama. Parang yung 6 principal views of orthographic drawing. So, analyzing orthographic and isometric drawing in AutoCAD is necessary to fully understand finished products such as floor plans. You must be accustomed in understanding 3 or 2-dimensional drawings as well. This will help you in the future if you could master the ability to analyze orthographic and isometric drawing in AutoCAD. Based sa natutunan nyo for today, paano kaya natin siya ma-apply in real life? Let's call Garay. Josel Garay. Are you there, Josel Garay?
Yes, sir.
Based sa mga natutunan natin for today, sa tingin mo paano kaya natin siya ma-apply sa tunay na buhay? Or kahit values na natutunan natin? So, how about the other? Balikan kita, Garay. Sumido. Alina. Alina?
Yes, sir.
Ano yung mga natutunan natin sa araw na to na pwede natin gamitin in everyday living?
In everyday living po, sir.
So, kung medyo naguguluhan kayo, wala pang idea, bibigay ko yung top to. So, in life, like for example, natutunan natin yung perspective. In life, perspective also takes part in everyday living. If someone wouldn't take a look at the other side of something, it would prevent him to fully understand what it actually means. Learning orthographic and isometric drawing would practice you to see all sides of a certain thing before making a conclusion. Like for example, meron tayong kaklase na hindi nakagawa ng activity. Pwedeng iisipin ng iba, ay, tamad si ganito, tamad si ganyan. Pero kung titingnan natin yung other side ng kwento, pwedeng nahihirapan pala siya. Tapos kung suswertehin, madali lang para sa atin, what if pwede natin siyang tulungan? Diba? Yun yung lesson ng perspective. Huwag tayong mag-judge based sa kung ano lang yung nakikita natin. Dapat tingnan natin all angles. So, yun. Just merong quote. Imagine a world where everyone understands one another. How beautiful it would be. So, meron pa bang katanungan? Class? Well, kung wala na, open na yung assignments, forums sa Module 8. Pakisagutan